Just 1 week after our divorce, my ex-husband married his so-called perfect dream woman. But when I saw his true face, I finally understood who the real betrayal had happened to. A week after the divorce, my ex-husband married his perfect dream woman. Her Instagram-worthy smile was everywhere, like he wanted to prove to the world that he had won and I had lost. I was sitting in my car in a Walmart parking lot, 2 grocery bags in front of me. One of them had torn open and tomatoes were rolling from under the seat to near the brake pedal. A notification pinged on my phone. Someone had sent me pictures of his wedding. A jolt hit my heart like someone twisting a rib from the inside. I tried to turn off the screen, but my hand was shaking. This was the same man who spent 3 years telling me I wasn't enough. And now, just a week later, he had already started a new life with his dream woman. I turned off the engine. The silence felt strange. Walmart's parking lot always looked tired to me, people coming, going, carrying their own burdens. But today I felt like the whole world was staring at me saying, "See? He changed. You didn't." I placed both hands over my eyes and took a deep breath. I didn't want to cry and I didn't want to give him that power. That evening I went to my friend Rachel's house. Her kids' laughter and chaos filled the air, giving a little warmth to the quiet ache inside me. She looked at my face in the kitchen and immediately said, "Don't tell me you saw the pictures." I nodded. "He got married. Already." Rachel pulled 2 mugs from the cupboard. "Of course he did. Guys like him always need an audience. They can't breathe unless someone's clapping for them." I gave a small laugh that barely made it out of my throat. "Maybe she's better than me." Rachel shot me a look. "Stop. Don't do that. You survived him. That makes you smarter than whoever just married him." Before I could respond, her front door shut loudly. Her husband walked in, tired from work, a toolbox in his hand. When he saw me, he paused and asked, "You doing okay? Need anything?" That tiny bit of kindness hit me harder than I expected. I spent years with a man who didn't have even that basic kind of humanity. The next day when I returned to my apartment, there was an envelope under the door. Inside was a medical bill. My ex had canceled my insurance during the final month. No warning. No conversation. I stared at the paper until the whole world blurred. Divorce wasn't just the ending of a relationship. It was facing every small cruelty I had tolerated for years. That night I did something strange. I hadn't gone to his wedding, obviously. But I saw online that he and his new wife were doing a honeymoon photoshoot in downtown Chicago, right in a public plaza where people stroll around. And somehow I went there. Not to cause drama, not to confront him. Maybe just to see for myself whether I was free or still chained to the pain he left behind. When I arrived, I spotted them from a distance. He was in a new suit, she was glowing, straight out of a magazine cover. They laughed, touched each other's arms, posed like they were the center of the universe. I stood just a few steps away. I thought I'd come to face the moment, to accept it. But what happened next wasn't something I could have imagined. He leaned toward her as if whispering something, and suddenly her expression shifted. "Stop filming me," she snapped. It took her a second to figure out that I wasn't holding a phone at all. She didn't know me. But the man behind them, tall, serious, knew exactly who my ex was. It was his supervisor. He must have been passing by coincidence. He didn't notice the new bride immediately, but he saw my ex. And what he said shook the ground beneath us all. "Did you tell her?" the supervisor asked, his voice sharp in the way bosses sound when a major mistake has been found. The color drained from my ex's face. "Tell her what?" "That you were fired yesterday. Effective immediately." The supervisor crossed his arms. "And that the investigation isn't over." I froze. I knew my ex was a liar, but I didn't know his entire life was built on lies stacked this high. His new bride stared at him, her dreamy glow cracking like glass breaking slowly. "You told me you got promoted," she whispered, her voice trembling. My ex stepped toward her. "Baby, listen." She stepped back. People in the plaza stopped walking and turned to watch. I remained in the shadows, like a ghost called here only to witness the truth. The supervisor continued, voice hardening further. "HR will contact you. And don't lie your way out this time." My ex looked around wildly, as if realizing for the first time that the world wasn't applauding him anymore. It was judging him, watching him unravel. I quietly took out my phone and sent him one final message. "You always needed an audience. Now you have one." He didn't even have the courage to look in my direction. I didn't stay long. I didn't say anything to anyone. I didn't seek revenge or create drama. I simply walked away. The air was cool, but for the first time in years I felt something warm growing inside me, like a closed room had finally opened. Later that night, sitting in my apartment, I looked at the medical bill again. I grabbed a calculator, made a budget, figured out how to cover rent for the next month. It felt overwhelming but not impossible. I applied for a small online job, just a few hours a week but enough to make me feel like I had my feet under me again. A few weeks later, my insurance was restored. I started therapy. And for the first time I told my therapist, I'm not angry at him anymore. I'm just done. That was my real revenge. I freed myself from the pain he kept me trapped in for years. I didn't try to win against him. I just gave myself my life back. Miracles don't always happen under bright fluorescent lights. Sometimes they happen in a Walmart parking lot between torn grocery bags in the hands of someone ordinary like me, someone finally realizing who the real betrayal was against, and who truly walked away victorious. If this story moved you, don't forget to like the video and subscribe for more powerful real-life narratives. Your support means the world and helps these stories reach others who need them. Thank you for being here. It truly matters.